Oh, no.
Welcome to Iowa Pagan News, your informative internet radio station catering to all pagans worldwide. We are dedicated to bringing you the very best in music, news, events, and lots of fun stuff. Come tune into our new podcast at www.plrdn.podbean.com. Now, here's your host, Lou Silverwolf Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to IAPN Radio, on the National Pagan Network, and also Pagan Artist Spotlight. And I know it's been a little bit since I've done a podcast for everyone here. So, seeing how we are now into 2023, want to get things back on track and get started with some new interviews. And this afternoon, I am joined by my special guest, Meren King, who is a singer-songwriter, a very talented musician. She also is with the Trees of Avalon
Gathering, yes.
Yep, Trees of Avalon Gathering. And she's also been nominated as vocalist, I believe, female vocalist for the year at IAPN, or excuse me, at the International Pagan Music
Association Awards, yes.
You have to forgive me. I've been up since 4:30 this morning, so I'm having brain fog like crazy today.
That's all right. That happens to the best of us.
I'm living on coffee right now. Anyway, I wanted to take time out and thank you for coming to join me this afternoon. I know this is going to be fun, and we're going to get to listen to some of your music and get to know you. So, yeah, this is just going to be a fun conversation.
All right, thanks. Well, I'm so grateful that you asked me to come here, and I hope it is fun. We're going to try and make it fun.
Excellent. Okay, so now, how long have you been a part of the pagan community?
Actively since about 2006, but emotionally and mentally since I was in my teens. So a long time, about 50 years, but actually active and going to things and participating in things since about 2006.
Gotcha. Okay. And let's see. So what got you started on your spiritual path?
Well, like a lot of Americans, I was immediately brought up into the Christian religion by my family. And when I was a teenager, I questioned a lot. I asked why a lot about things in the Bible, why. And I didn't always get really positive responses. So I not only ran away from home as a 13-year-old, but I ran away from the Christian church, and I actually ran away from any aspect of God or anything, any deity or I didn't believe in any of that for probably about 10 years because I couldn't understand how any benevolent being would allow the awful things in this world that happen to happen. Mm-hmm. As a child, I couldn't understand that. As I grew up, it's nature, it's human nature, it's nature, and it's not anything that you can actually blame a deity for, in my opinion. But since then, as I've gotten older, I started seeing moments of beauty, moments of miraculousness, moments that I could only say were gifts from the God, and they all had to do with music. And so I would say probably in my middle 30s, I started coming back to having faith in something other than myself, knowing that there were other things that I absolutely didn't know about and probably never will know about. But I started reading more and more and more and more and more. Went back to college in my 30s, poured over a lot of things. I discovered Terry Pratchett in my 30s and his amazing writing. If you've never read Terry Pratchett or his Discworld novels, uh, there is a lot of philosophical stuff in there that I'm like, dude, you had the connection. So, um, you know, and then as I've gotten older, um, I've grown and I've matured and I've read and I've read and I've read more. I've read as much as I could in each religion that, just shy of actually joining something, which I'm not very much of a joiner. I would say I haven't been very much of a joiner until just recently in the last probably 10 years. But before that, uh, I wasn't much of a joiner, but I sure liked reading about all the different faiths. And I liked talking to other people of different faiths, finding out why they believed what they believed. And of course, sometimes fending off, no, I don't want to join your faith. But because for me, I had this thought when I was younger. It's all the same thing, really. It's just we all came up on different ground. We all came up from different parts of the earth, and we're all speaking different languages, but we're all saying mostly the same thing, except for when human judgment comes in, and then that's just humankind, um, deciding to lay laws down on top of what is a natural thing.
Right.
So there's that.
Well, I think a lot of us who have been in the community for some time now, that I think all of us at one point or another have had the same experiences and uh, got our start on our spiritual path by finding out that there's a lot more than what we get told as kids and whatnot, and finding out that things just don't add up. And basically, for me, I know personally that I turned away from things before I even came into the pagan community. And that was back in 2003 when I came in, because I got introduced to the Unitarian cups. And after getting introduced to that and to paganism, it's like, something, it makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's what got me going.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think once I read that we are all made of energy and that human beings are just mainly water and chemicals held together energetically. um, I really, it opened my eyes to everything, and once you see representations of how everything vibrates, how everything, now we think it's solid, but it's not really solid.
Right.
That it explains a lot about auras and how when we come in contact with another person's aura, we can either feel a kinship, or we can feel, oh no, that aura needs to stay over there with that person over there, far from me. And I think it has to all do with vibrations. That's why I think music has always been a love for me, because I can listen to music, and within the first couple of bars of music, my mood will change based on what the music is.
Right.
And it's all because of the vibrations and the tone and of course the key in the song. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I've been involved in music all through school. I was
Same.
I was involved in band and choir starting in elementary, and stuck with it all through my senior year. And I learned a lot. And then basically doing what I'm doing with the DJ work and with this, uh, getting to explore all sorts of different music varieties. It really helps to put things into perspective. And I know that a lot of us do resonate with, or can, excuse me, words are failing me right now.
Yeah.
Everybody can relate to people having certain energies and vibrations that we do pick up on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that I don't know what I think. I've I've always loved the way that music can help people to come together, especially at a concert.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, if you've sung a sad song, you can change everything around by telling a funny story and then going into a happy song. And you got to be careful about not playing too much with your audience's feelings, though, up and down and up and down and up and
Yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
A gentle curve, maybe, but yeah, and it's a uniting force. I'm finding, you know, I always have someone, at least one person, come to me when I sing or tell my stories and say, that song, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm glad somebody else does too.
Mm-hmm.
And any of us, all of the artists, all the musicians, that's it. That's, yes, we need money. Yes, we would like, a place to stay and people to come. But the real bread and butter for me and for some other artists that I know is, did you touch one person? Did one person get it? Did one person understand? Two, three? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Because if one person understands, then maybe they can spread the understanding,
Right.
make it a good thing, put it in the good waves.
Yeah, because in fact, every single group and musician who I talked to during the lockdown period is
Mm.
that
That
everyone,
crime that shall not be named.
right, and every one of them was saying that they were chomping at the bit to get back on the road, to get back on stage in front of people, because they needed that energy from people.
Let me tell you a very sad story. February of 2020. 2020 was supposed to be my coming out year. 2020. I didn't start really as a professional musician until I would say 2016, 2017, because all the time before that, that's another long story. But I had finally gotten to the point in 2020. I had my gear. I had songs under my belt. I was ready to go. I played an Imbolc festival. I had a whole summer and fall tour planned. And I played the Imbolc festival. And then right after the Imbolc festival in March of 2020, everything was shut down. Everything was canceled.
Yep.
You were there,
Oh yeah.
and it was bad. It was really bad. I went into a deep depression. Um, and if it wasn't for music, and then if it wasn't for Circle Sanctuary scrambling to put together an online pagan spirit gathering. And if it wasn't for people all over scrambling for some kind of online presence for folks, because everybody was left bereft. Everybody, nobody. We didn't have community. We didn't have any way to communicate with folks. You know, it. So, some of us who the only way that we had our spiritual fountains renewed was to be there amongst the people.
Right.
And and nobody, all of a sudden, nobody had that. And I thought it was marvelous how so many groups came together online, made online things happen. Online concert thing, I think, was born out of that. If they hadn't started that already, they were born out of that. There are several other things that were born out of that that are now regular. Folks are using them regularly to broadcast their concerts and different things like that.
Yeah.
So if there's any silver lining out of that, that is one thing. Another silver lining out of it is I learned my direct access workstation and Studio One. I learned to produce all of my own music. It's not mixed or mastered like you would be able to have a professional do, but it's enough up there to where you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to give you.
Oh, yeah.
And so that is an amazing thing that came out of that. As I stated before, Circle Sanctuary reached out and was like, hey, would you like to be a part of our Form 1 circles and come sing your music for us? And that was a lifeline for me every month. And all through 2020, 2021, and I still do it with them now. It's become almost, monthly thing for me. And other Fort Wayne Pagan Pride Day reached out for both 2020 and 2021, and other festivals reached out, and we did online stuff, and that was able to get me through to the fall of 22, when finally Trees of Avalon Gathering was held in person, and we were able to all be together, and it was a wonderful, wonderful moment. And we had so many artists because we had folks that had been planned for 2020 and 2021. So all of a sudden we have everybody coming in together. It was lovely. It was wonderful. I ran my took us off as the music coordinator, but that was wonderful too. And
let's see, was Brian over there?
Yes, Brian Hankey was there.
I say, because when I talked to him back in 21, I had him on the show, and at that time he said that he had, during that period, he had wrote enough songs that he was putting together 3 albums,
Right.
all at the same time. And
He's
I'm like, Brian, what the heck are you doing? Like,
he had to spend that energy somewhere,
Yep. So
I mean, I had written, when I was going to go out on the road, I had 7 songs, and I was going to do 7 of my own songs, and then covers of other artists who I had permission to do their songs out there. And that's what I was going to do. I now have 20 songs that I have written on my own, and I blame, the pandemic for that.
Well, if it works, it works. So
yeah, and and a lot of them I would much rather play with a band. I think they'd be great, but I've got backing tracks that I've made, and folks can go out to my Bandcamp, and they can go listen to my music as much as they want to, merenking.bandcamp.com. But if they want to download it, then they have to pay for it. Help me get streams. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So I'm grateful for the things that have come out of it all that were positive.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
grateful for those things.
That's good.
I cannot look at the things that would make us mourn, because we're just going to cry. We don't want to do that.
Now, I believe that you do have some music that you're going to play for us this afternoon, too.
I do. This first song that I want to share with you is called Pathways and Passages. And I started writing this in June of 2019. I was in camp. It was during a rainstorm, and with water running between my tent and my little kitchen table. Anybody that camps with me knows I glamp. I don't just camp, I glamp. And Yeah. So I I was sitting out there, and I had been usually my songs. I'll get the music and and I'll get the melody, but I won't get the words. So the words were finally coming to me out there in that storm, and it took me until February 2020 to get it all in my DAW and out there onto Bandcamp so folks could hear it. But right now, you're going to get the live version. This is called Pathways and Passages, and it's about a journey, a personal passage, and a realization. It was the summer of my 59th year. Fierce winds and pouring rain did battle every day. Stark flash of lightning revealed the path I walked, lichen rocks and moss, roots and leaves. Oh, I found myself amongst the trees. Sweet voices calling from a distant past, leading me onward through the forested way. Dark moon above me, ancient standing stone, the peace I'd never known fell on me. Oh, I sighed and took it gratefully. Kindred come, all the many forms I've been, gathered round me as I see my true way, what this time I'm here to be. My third eye opens and I see. Heavy rains continue washing over me. Falling to my knees, I dig deep in the mud, releasing old ways and shedding false skins. I raise my hands and mark myself free. Oh, my transformation is complete. Walking under the eyes of a black moon, dripping words of truth and power, ever onward on this path of tales and tunes, shining my light in the dark. It was the summer of my 59th year that I came to find out just exactly who I be. Lilith's daughter, shadow goddess dancing free. Roots and leaves and moss are calling me. Won't you rise and walk with me? Are you still there? Hello? Okay. I don't know that if I've been disconnected or not. Hello? I don't know what to do now. Hello? Okay, there's quiet air, and I know you shouldn't have quiet air. What happened? I'm going to my computer to see if Earl's messaging me, because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, we are back. Sorry about that.
Oh,
My
goodness.
internet glitched on me. So we
Oh, oh my goodness. I was all alone.
sorry about that, folks. But we are back. And so that song was excellent.
Oh, so you did get to hear all the
Yep,
songs?
I did
Okay,
get to hear
good.
it. And I think everybody can relate to being at it doesn't matter what kind of pagan event it is, but it's not a festival unless you have a rainstorm go through.
Almost, yeah, especially here in Florida. Especially here in Florida.
Oh yeah, and well, shoot, here in the Midwest, even. Um, hey, Melissa, good to see you there, dear. Appreciate you tuning in.
Hey,
We had a
Melissa.
momentary internet glitch here on my end, but we're we're back in line here. So anyway, um, yeah, it's not a pagan event unless you have a storm roll through.
Right.
I think everybody can relate to that one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 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 yes.
So now, uh, I posted up your Bandcamp. I also got your YouTube page where they can go to hear your music as well.
Okay, yeah, there's stuff on there from, like, during the pandemic. I had Tuesday morning music with Meren. A friend of mine, Virginia Ackley, does Enchantica every Wednesday night,
Yep.
and she's able to connect with folks. And I was like, well, gosh, what a great idea! I'd try to do something for the folks like during the day, but it didn't really seem to pan out. But those are up there, and all the songs are up there, and there's a lot of my online concerts are all on YouTube. So you can see the stuff I've done for Fort Wayne Pagan Pride, for Trees of Babylon Gathering online, for Phoenix Fire online, all of them. They're all on my YouTube. So go and enjoy. And if you want me to come and play at your festival, let them know and they can reach me.
Now, yeah, Melissa is tuned in, and so is Harriet Karen.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Appreciate
So,
you tuning in.
yeah. Would you mind if I talked about where folks can come and see me play?
Yep, go ahead, dear.
Awesome. Well, if you live here in Florida, you can catch me January, February, and March at Community of Consciousness for their gathering. So I'll be at Imbolc in January 27th to 29th. There's a women's retreat February 23rd through 26th. I don't know if I'll be playing there, but I'll be there. And there is also Ostara at Community of Consciousness, March 17th through the 19th. Then April 6th through 9th, 2023, in the Ocala National Forest here in Florida, is Trees of Avalon Gathering. And I'm so happy that I'm going to be playing again on Thursday night, welcoming everybody, giving them their schedule. And then I get to have Gina Lamont follow me. After that, she's going to be playing on Friday night. And then Thursday night. Thursday night is me and Gina. Friday is Spiral Rhythm. I'm so excited about that. And then, we've got our rituals and our drum circles every night, great workshops, all that good stuff. Then after that, I'm going to come home for a day. Then I'm going to turn right back around and head out to North Carolina. And I'm so excited about that. I used to live in North Carolina in Asheville, and I have missed North Carolina since we had to move back down here in 2016. And so to be able to be back up there at the Beltane Flame Festival, April 12th to the 16th, is just making me so happy. And then at the end of May, I'm going to be at Moondance. That's a very small festival. You can find it online on Facebook. And they said they cap at 85. So I think that's what it is. So I'm going to be up there singing and telling my stories. And if there's enough folks, we're going to have another Bardic Circle. Then I don't care whether Pagan Spirit Gathering wants me to come and play or not. I'm going. That's the festival. I go every single year. It's a spiritual home for me. I say Community of Consciousness is a spiritual home for me. Circle Sanctuary is as too, and the people of Pagan Spirit Gathering are amazing. They're my family. It's like a family reunion every year, and I wouldn't miss it for anything. And anything they want me to do, I'm going to do. So, and stay tuned. Make sure you watch the interwebs to find out who their special guests are this year. And hopefully I might be on the list. We'll see. And then my July is open. If you've got a festival in July, hit me up.
Well, I definitely know that I'm pushing to get down to PSG this year, seeing as how they are in Missouri now.
Well, we hope so. If they decide to take that same spot again, yeah.
Yep. And then let's see now. Yeah, and Brian is pushing for me to go over to
Norwood.
I'll think of it here in a second. Here, it's the one.
Well, I did apply to Starwood too, so there's that.
Starwood, there. Thank you.
Yeah, I applied to that. So hopefully that'll come in. So that would be a July thing.
Yeah.
And then in August, the beginning of August, I'm going to be at Sacred Harvest Fest. And then at the end of August, and that's in Minnesota, and then the end of August, Fort Wayne Pagan Pride Day in Indiana. And those are some friends of mine that I met at Pagan Spirit Gathering, and they had me do 2 online ones. And I'm going to be in person this year. So that's really, really exciting. Well, and then September, October, November, and December, I'm back down at Community of Consciousness and Trees of Avalon Gathering, November 2nd through the 5th. So I have something musical happening for me every single month. And I would love to see you folks at one of those gatherings. It would be awesome.
Well, seeing as how you're going to be coming up through my neck of the woods when you're going up to Sacred Harvest Festival. So... Yeah.
Well, I might hit you up for some other stuff going on out there.
Cool. So yeah, in fact, that was one of my questions. If you and Mama Gina have a chance to team up yet, and it sounds like you're going to.
Well, actually, we had that opportunity over the summer, this last summer in 22. I don't know if you know, but she did fall and seriously injured her left arm.
Yeah, I know.
And worked like the goddess that she is and got back up on her plan, and that she wasn't all together. And one of the first things I told her when an accident happened is, anything I can do for you, anything at all, you let me know. I mean, she only lives an hour and a half south of me. And so thank you. Well, she reached out finally and said, would you want to go on tour with me and help me and be my +1, set up, get my gear, do this, do that. And I said, of course I would, and maybe I'll get to play at the Bardic Circle or something. It'd be great, come in, get my, anyway, right before we were supposed to go on the first leg, she caught COVID and couldn't go. So I took her place at Moondance last year, and I took her place at Pagan Unity Festival last year. And then came home, and she got better, and we went to Starwood together, and it was wonderful. And we played at the International Pagan Music Association Awards. And even though I didn't win, it was awesome to be there amongst all of us, a lot of my fellow nominees. And just to be at Starwood was such an experience. And I was so grateful to finally meet everybody that I had been talking to online through the International Pagan Music Association. Yeah, and I'm hoping someday to make it up to the folks' way, up William Brigley's way, up in Nova Scotia, I think it is. Is that where he lives, or International Pagan Radio? Because we've been chatting for a couple years now.
Yeah, William. Yes.
Yeah, William.
Where he is at.
Yeah. So.
Yep. And Melissa just chimed in so that, you and her sat and had a drink together.
Yeah, we sure did. It was lovely to spend that little bit of time. Hopefully it'll be more. In the future. That'd be great.
Excellent. Great. Let's see. Have you got another one for us?
I do have another song. I gotta retrieve my other guitar. This is my little studio in a closet.
I think all of you have got have built your studios into closets. If you have.
My husband's mom has been expressing to us for a couple of years since her husband died that she's, no longer feeling as comfortable living by herself as she used to. And so we moved in with her at the end of January last year. And it's been a real adjustment, but it's also been really great. And I love my little studio in the closet.
Cool.
So I wrote this song in September of 2020. We were talking about how hard it was on so many people, so many musicians, so many folks who relied on monthly or Sabbath gatherings. Mm-hmm. And I wrote this song because I was missing everybody so much. And so this is my love song to everybody. It's called Transcendental Dreaming. I dreamt I was flying over the mountains and the river, hoping to find you. I spotted your heart line, beating strong and true like pure love. You shone so bright, and I touched your face and your eyes flew wide and you smiled. Then you took my hand and you followed me into the sky. We dreamt we were flying, looking for other heart lights shining bright there in the darkness. So many lights flying, filling the starry skies like little fires to warm the weary. And we raced for the moon, and we laughed, and we cried out in joy. Then we danced with the sun as he warmed our beautiful blue world. We're all of us flying through space and time across our twirling earth. We're shining our brightest light. Beacons of love, sources of kindness and understanding, compassion and faith. were here right now, if you'd open your eyes, then you'd see that we're all one people, we're all one family. Come with us, we're flying. We're making that better world you've been dreaming of. Every day's a new beginning. Speak with compassion. Live true to your word and help every soul that you can to be the change. Fly free, shine your light, this is the way. Walk in kindness, for you know that is the way. La 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 la. La 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 la
Excellent song, Meren.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love singing it. It makes me happy.
Oh, that's good. What the heck was I gonna? I lost all train of thought.
Well, good. That's a good thing, if the music makes you do that.
Yeah, that happens to me occasionally. It's like,
Oh, well, let's not talk about old age now. I don't want to talk about that.
well, shoot, I turned 55 last November.
I'm 63, baby. Talk to me when you hit 63.
Oh man. But yeah, I know
What was your name again? What am I doing here?
I'm really hoping that I can get out on the road this year and being able to make the loop around the festival circuit, and
that would be awesome.
Because I know that there are several of them that I need to make appearances at. I've been telling people that I've been trying my best to get out on the road. That last year I was having to, not last year, basically, 21, I was having to recover from having Guillain-Barré syndrome, which I contracted from the COVID shot, which pretty much took me out of the ball game and left me disabled for several months. And last year I spent the majority of my time recovering and being able to get my mobility back and getting back in the swing of things. So this year I'm concentrating on getting back out and doing what I love doing and getting back in front of people. So
yeah. Well, I'm really enjoying facilitating the Bardic circles. It's a lot of fun for me. That's when during my concerts I sing my songs, but at Bardic Circles I get to cover songs by my friends like S.J. Tucker. I cover several of her songs because I absolutely love her music. And some of it, I would be singing along in the car because I've listened to it so many times, and then I'd be realizing, wow, that's a C, and I think that's a F. Yeah. And I got that rhythm, and then the next thing you know, I'm at home and I'm covering. I got it down to cover the song, and then I write her and I say, "Can I cover your song?" La la la, and she's like, "Well, yeah." So that always makes me happy when I get that.
nice.
She's an amazing artist.
I remember the year that I was the DJ at Pagan up in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when SJ came out with Firebird's Child.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
everybody was requesting that song, and I had not laid my hands on it yet. I actually had to call SJ on the phone and say, "Hey, I need this." It's like,
Can I please have your song, please?
so, needless to say, I was able to retrieve it and being able to play it there at Paganica, which everybody loved. So,
For sure, she's got that whole album that song is on is fabulous, and her Wonders album is amazing, and she's got a blues album that, oh my God, it's horrible that I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but it's Soul in Season is amazing.
mhm.
SJ is just amazing. I'm a fan girl from way back, even
Oh,
before I started, even seriously thinking about making my own music. I was a big fan of hers,
yeah,
and Gina Lamont too. I first met Gina Lamont at a Florida Pagan gathering when it was down in the Lake Wales area, and that was the first time I met her. And that's where I met all the folks from Spiral Rhythm too. And we ever have another interview, I have got lots of stories about how I met Spiral Rhythm and how they have been a major influence in my life in more ways than one. But that's a very long story.
well, it's something. Those folks are they're amazing at what they do. So,
Oh yeah,
I can definitely.
all of them. Yeah, I'm just so blessed to be among such wonderful company. And I did play at Pagan Spirit Gathering last year in 2022, and I had my concert on Friday night. But everybody plays together on Saturday night in what's known as Bartapalooza. And
Okay.
Saturday, when everybody was rehearsing and we're all playing together and we're all singing on each other's song, that was my church. That is my praise. When I am able to be amongst other musicians and we're all making music together, it's a religious experience for me. I
I
love group music when it comes together and it's just, yeah.
Right. I can understand the feeling.
Yeah.
And one of these days, I am going to be venturing down your way because
Good.
my grandparents live down in Oklawaha, right south of.
Okay, that's not far from me.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go back down and visit the old neighborhood down there. So,
Well, you should come to tag one of those. You should come to one of the tags.
yep. So one of these days I'm going to be venturing down your way. So
That'd be great. That'd be great.
all right, dear. This has been fun and it's been very enjoyable. I'm glad I got to spend this time getting to know you and getting to know
Likewise.
you. And
Likewise.
I'm really hoping that we'll be able to see each other at a festival.
It would be so great. Thank you so much again for this interview. It was a lot of fun.
You're very welcome. All right, everyone. You've been listening to a brand new episode for 2023 of Pagan Artist Spotlight on the Pagan National Network. Or I should say the National Pagan Network, excuse me. This has been fun. Stay tuned for more interviews coming to you. And if you have questions for me directly, email me at earl@iapnradio.net or else at iowapagannews@gmail. For right now, on behalf of Meren King and myself, be sure to check out her Bandcamp. Got the link up there for you, merenking.bandcamp.com, and where you'll be able to check out all of her music that she's got. And in the meantime, we will be seeing you again here later on. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Have a great day, everyone. We will be back again here with you. I'll be back again with you this week. I've got one more coming at you this week yet, so stay tuned for that one. Pleasant journeys, everyone. We'll be seeing you again.
Welcome to Iowa Pagan News, your informative internet radio station catering to all pagans worldwide. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. All shows are recorded and available for download at plrdn.podbean.com. All rights are reserved and may not be replayed without written permission by IAPN Radio Management. Come join us at our new group, IAPN Radio on Facebook, where you can be kept up to date for future broadcasts. Pleasant journeys, everyone.